We're in the ramble. All right, big boy. So here's something I want to hit you with right off the bat. This show has been a lot of fun for me to watch right now in this season of anime, especially that first episode, because I was like, we were watching it, me and my girlfriend, right? Mm-hmm. She's never seen it before. We're watching it. We've been catching up on other animes and stuff. One show in particular, been watching together. I'm going to mention right now. But we're watching it, and it gets to that scene where like all the people are like talking after Tsukiko gets attacked, and they're like, "Did you hear that they're calling him Little Slug? Yeah, he's like this. He's like the elementary school kid." And like you see a shadow of this kid, and they're like, "I heard he carries a big metal bat," and then it shows him with the bat. And it's like, "I heard he wears a ball cap and this and that," and it's like forming the character. And I'm like, "Hey babe, does this look familiar?" And she's like, "Yeah, they're Steel Lady Nana seeing this." It was very reminiscent of Inspector,
yeah,
which was really interesting. Like the kind of tie-in there, where you're basically seeing these people through their own fear and paranoia, creating the character, more or less.
Right.
Because if you look at her picture she draws, it's just a shadow, and then everything else she tell them, okay, golden bat, okay, golden skates, and then it all just bloop forms.
Yep.
It's really interesting. I thought that was cool. Seeing that like with that fresh take on it, and then at a certain point when it does go, as I said, full ghost story. Hey, spoilers for freaking Paranoia Agent, obviously, if we haven't already said it. I know we haven't. When it does go full ghost story at a certain point, we were watching it, and she's like, wait, so the kid they had who they thought was Lil Slugger just got killed by Lil Slugger. I was like, yes, at this point he is Steel Lady Nanase. He's gone full Steel Lady on us. Okay. Like, I thought that was really cool. Just having like the parallels there to draw. It was really interesting to me. Because like knowing all that, like not only from Inspector or whatever, but also just watching this show and having watched it before, that first bit where like they're forming the character of it, it felt like super obvious.
Yeah, and the point where, you know, it goes full Steel Lady Nanase, that's, I almost say that's the part of the show that kind of muddles everything.
It gets weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's admitting to some of the crimes.
Well, that's the thing, is but then like there is a scene where he actually like takes it back, like when he finally drops the whole like I'm a warrior of light or whatever, and he's like crying there on the floor, and then later you find out like you basically, that episode with the people like who were trying to commit suicide is basically that dude's backstory. Yeah, kinda. Like you find out, oh, he goes by Fox and this and that. Yeah. It's wild, man, the way they tie it all in. And yeah, I'm gonna have to just watch it again and again, and I'm gonna love it every time. I really like this show. It's wild, man. You got much else to say about it? Do you have a favorite episode?
It's hard to, I think I love the 8th episode with the ghost. Yeah. I'm trying to. I like the 3rd episode a whole lot. Double Lips.
Yeah, that one's fun.
Yeah, that one's fun. That one's heavy.
Yeah, this show's very heavy.
I'm trying to think of some other ones that I like. There's no bad episodes here.
No, and that's the thing is like, so I really like how at times it feels like dude is just talking shit on people. Mm-hmm. Like that whole episode where they're making the Moromi anime, and like it cuts for a second, and Moromi's explaining to you what the different people do and stuff, and the whole thing ends with everyone dead, including the dude who was delivering the episode, and the people at the station just like, oh, thank goodness it's not damaged, and just ignore him laying there on the ground. It kind of feels like Satoshi Kon's just being like, anime's some shit, ain't it?
Yeah, I think that definitely has some
that dude was
ulterior motives.
Yeah, that dude was talking some trash. Yeah. I really like how like there's bits like that where you can see he's really just going in. Toward the end of it, when everyone's freaking out about the lack of Moromi merchandise, it feels like, you know, hey, consumerism sucks, huh? That whole episode, maybe my favorite. I think it was episode 9, etc. etc. The one where it's just all the ladies like talking shit,
gossiping,
just gossiping, Big Little Pocket Little, that kind of stuff. Really rad. I like that one a lot, especially that one lady who just looked like anime Peggy Hill. Like she had the square glasses and everything. I was like, Peggy Hill, what you doing in Japan? But yeah, they were all just talking trash, and then at the end, she's like, she keeps trying to come up with a story, even though they're clearly lying too. Also, how freaking wild was her first story where the lady's pregnant and then they look at the ultrasound and he's just holding the bat?
Yeah, he's just holding the bat.
There's a baby in her just holding the bat. They're like, wait, no, he can't. Little Slugger already exists. Why would he be born? Shut up. Oh, man.
Yeah, a lot of good episodes.
A lot of good episodes.
They're all good.
Please watch this show.
Yeah, if I had a favorite, it would probably be the third episode, Double Lips.
Yeah, Double Lips is pretty intense.
Because that one not only like starts pulling things together, and you can kind of see where the pattern's going. It has a major shift in a character.
Yes.
And it has some of the best character work in the entire show, in my opinion.
Yeah, dude. I really liked. I think it is episode 6. That's the one that like really messed me up. Where you find out it's like when the tsunami's hitting or the typhoon or whatever is hitting.
Yeah, fear of a direct hit.
Oh boy, and that's the one where like we were watching the preview before and it's like, oh no, I remember this one, cause boy oh boy, that one hurts.
Yep.
It's like this dude is just. All right, giant spoiler alert. Obviously, dude's just creeping on his own daughter, and it's like, ugh. It's so gross. Yeah, that, I have a list of things that I call it my list of things that fucked me up. And that's on there.
Yeah.
That one's messed up.
Yeah, it's real messed up.
It's kind of hard to watch. This is a good show. But yeah, man. And then, like, that's the thing, though, is like, so that's, again, my one complaint about it is how some of the characters just kind of stop mattering. After that, you just see the two of them just sitting places, just chilling.
Yeah.
And it's like clearly like they're broken, but I don't know what else is going on. Is there anything else to be said about them at that point? I'm like,
no, I mean they've had a full, they both totally snapped, really.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. It's a good show.
All of the characters end up generally the way that I understand it, the way I look at it, all the characters end up for the better.
Kinda.
Yes.
But then like the big stuff's happening at the end and you see everybody like regressing. Like Homegirl's walking around with the clown makeup on again. And you know, the two of them are sitting there on the swings just like, and then they get swallowed or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like I don't remember. So after that, the very, very end, obviously giant spoiler alert, you see a few of them walking around, but you don't see them.
Yeah.
You don't see any of those characters.
Well, you come out and you see whenever a car walks out of the wreckage, there are bodies everywhere.
Bodies everywhere, yes.
So it's a very real chance that they died.
Probably. That's what I gotta assume. Because after that, the only thing you see is you see the detectives, you see Sakiko, you see the reporter guy. I don't remember seeing anyone else. Maybe the chunky kid was in there. I don't remember. But I don't remember seeing any of those. For sure, those three I just mentioned. I don't remember seeing any of them. So I guess I would assume they're just dead. I don't know. I really don't know. But I don't know. It's an interesting show that does a lot of crazy, interesting stuff. You got anything else to say about it, big boy?
I think that's it. I mean, I could go in deeper and I could, give you my idea of the spoilers and what happened.
Yeah, but then we're thinking too much.
Yeah, but then we're thinking too much, and then other people are going to be thinking too much. They need to be watching too much.
You know what they need to be doing? You know what they need to do is take a rest.
Yeah, take a rest.
Take a rest. When that episode started, I was like, oh, I don't remember this. And then it got to the part where like Miromi's talking to the kid. And I was like, I remember this. Take a rest. I love it. I don't know why that's the scene that I remember so much from the show, but it is. Anyway, hey man, Roger, I have a question that I think I know the answer to, but I will ask it anyway because I must know. What have you been watching?
I watched stuff last week, So I'm current on last week's episodes. Not this week's episodes though. So last week I watched the Inspector episode.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good.
Inspectre.
The only other thing that I really watched this week is I'm following the dub on MHA, so I just saw the conclusion of the students trying to win over the children.
That's
and then we got to see our boy Aoyama be weird as fuck with some cheese.
Being creepy. Cheesy creepy.
I know.
Yeah, and we're like, so you're cheese. I have been watching the sub on that one. So I am 2 episodes ahead of you actually, as of yesterday anyway. There's a character that shows up that I think I'm in love with.
Okay.
Cause it's just so goofy. And you'll know him as soon as you see him. Cause boy, they dumb as hell. But yeah. It's pretty fun. There's a lot of how do you feel about that new intro on MHA now that you've seen it?
I like it.
It's like super cheery.
I still think this season probably has the weakest of the intros.
Yeah.
Actually,
well, I don't remember any. I'll be honest, I don't remember any of the intros except for freaking Akima, because that was the best one.
I mean, that one is the bangerest of the bangers.
It's the best one. It's the best one they've done.
The first 2 are pretty good.
Yeah, I don't remember them at all. Honestly,
you'd have
season 3. Season 3, part 1 hit, and I was like, "What intros? What are you talking about? This is the best one."
I would still say too, like, I guess this is where I'm gonna go with my side of what you've been watching. We'll talk about MHA for a minute because we haven't in a while.
Hit it, baby.
I think this is the weakest season so far. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought the first bit was really good. It had a lot of interesting stuff going on and the characters and whatnot. And
I liked it. I felt like it moved too fast.
Yeah, I get that. But like, and now, especially now that it hit like the halfway point, and now it's going into like this. I don't know. There's not the stakes right now seem considerably lower, which, I mean, they were incredibly high a second ago, so that makes sense. But I don't know. Maybe, I guess you could have stretched out that arc a little more. I think. Yeah. I would have.
And now it feels
different, but I don't know.
Yeah. Now it feels like we're in a down spot. I don't know.
It's definitely a different show now.
Yeah.
Because it is. But that's the thing is like, so that first half was very actiony, very huge, very like these are big, huge peaks we're hitting, and then, but it only had like of the class, only had like 4 or 5 of them in there.
Sure.
And it was like considerably like, despite being a bigger scale story-wise, it was a smaller scale in terms of development for characters and stuff. So now it's going into, here's like the whole, right now for you just hit like these 5 characters.
Yeah.
But now it's getting into like, okay, here's the whole class.
Yeah, we're running the whole class.
And
I know there's like a sports event or something coming up.
It's like a school fest.
Yeah, school festival.
Yeah.
And I don't know like what that entails, like, you know, like if something crazy is gonna happen there.
It seems like someone, the character I love now, is plotting something. You'll find out. But otherwise, it's just them like trying to figure out what they're gonna do for the festival and make it happy for everyone. Which, cool. So we'll see what happens. It's gonna be rad. Bakugo has a really great scene coming up that you're gonna be like, ha, my boy. So that'll be fun. But yeah, I like it so far. It is definitely like considerably lower stakes.
I would say
Much
for
chiller.
sure that I still like the show.
Oh yeah.
I still love the show. I just feel like it's like pound for pound, I think is the weakest. But I'm not saying that like, you know, like I'm this far and everybody else is probably
Maybe we
listening
ain't dropping
is
out.
This far. We're not dropping out. It's still good.
Yeah.
It's just think about last season where you get the big fight with All Might and everything, and then, you know, right after that it leads into freaking Deku versus Bakugo.
Yeah.
Like a couple episodes down the road, we're hitting that shit.
And then like the first half of this one was like Big Bad Chisaki, whatever his name was, the Chia Hasaikai or whatever, and now it's going into like, it seems
Chisaki.
It seems like it's getting considerably chiller. I don't know. See, that's the thing is it could right now. I feel like it's definitely lower stakes, with I am totally cool with, and I'm like, yeah, chill. Y'all deserve a break. But also I'm like, on the other hand, I'm thinking logistically, looking at like how long it took us to get this new season, I was like, well, if y'all had spread it out a little more, then y'all could have like this slower story be like maybe the first part of the next season, then you got more to go off of, so you don't have to wait for more manga to come out or whatever. I don't know. Like now I'm thinking too much.
Yeah, you're thinking too much. I do wish that
take a rest.
So there are now 3 spin-offs of manga for MHA.
Oh boy.
At least that we can pick up here.
Yeah.
There's School Briefs.
There's the one with like the villains.
There's
people, right?
Smash, and then there's Vigilantes.
Yeah.
And I really hope that they pick up and start doing Vigilantes.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, and it's to the point where it's tying in with the main story.
Mm-hmm.
So it is important. There's key stuff there. So like you have that giant year gap of waiting from HA in that off season. If they could, do that, I would love to see that. I mean,
it'd have to be like a different studio, right? Because they're working on this.
Yeah, like it could be. Yeah. Sure. But I mean, like the cool. Writing is still there. Follow the source material like they're doing for MHA, which they do a really good job at.
Yeah.
I know that I could easily just pick up the manga and read it from the store. However, I would still love to see it animated.
What am I gonna read something like a nerd?
Oh, dude, I have been reading some stuff.
Oh yeah, you got the High School Girl thing.
Yeah, the first issue of High School Girl came out this week,
and you were so happy. This dude texted me a picture of. He's like, "Look what I'm gonna get."
I was so pumped. I've been waiting for like 2 months for it to come out.
Nice, dude.
They solicited it, and I was like, "Oh my god, they're releasing High School Girl." Yeah, I picked that up. I got this giant book of Berserk, the first Berserk. Jesus. It has the first 6 issues in it.
Yeah, you showed me that. It was huge.
Yeah, it's massive, and it's the first time all of it's upscaled, so it looks really crisp, and it's the first time that the sound effects have ever been translated in the books.
That's interesting.
So yeah, very cool. I picked up a couple other mangas. Oh, I got the first 2 issues of Skull Face Bookseller Honda-san.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, I had to get it.
Yeah, man. Good old Skullface.
I've been working hard on that manga shelf at work, and people have been freaking digging it.
Yeah, man. You getting a good response?
Yeah.
Good for you, dude.
Yeah. It's exciting watching all these. They're like, oh, you got new books in.
Oh, it's fun to see you geek out over some shit.
Yeah, because before it was not looking good.
Oh, boy. That's pretty cool.
If you have a bookstore, like a comic book store, and there's a small shelf or area for manga, but nobody in the store knows anything about anime or manga, and you end up with the shelf that I started with.
Nice.
It was bad news bears, but now it's something cool, and people frequently come in and buy stuff. I love getting my little notebook and write down all my little numbers, like we need this and this many issues of this.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you taking pride in your work.
I don't do all the comic wall and stuff. The other guys do that.
Look at you being happy about something at work.
And it lets me get anime figures too.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
You gonna get some more waifu statues? I'm looking.
I could.
Looking at your Android 18 with her booty all out.
One Piece gets all the good statues.
Well, duh.
All the good anime.
People love One Piece.
I like One Piece too, but
it's too long.
But it's got all the good waifu statues.
Jesus,
this
guy.
There are a lot more other good ones that are not affordable.
Eventually, I'm gonna walk in here and it's gonna be like the dude from freaking Paranoia Agent with the bunny statues and the little wizard girls everywhere, and I'm just gonna be like, oh no. No,
I mean,
next you're gonna invest in one of those that has the synthetic plastic, so it squishes when you touch it.
No, I'm not spending over $35-40 for a statue.
Oh no!
There's just no freaking way I'm doing it.
All right.
Yeah, man, cool stuff. What have you been watching, dude?
You're the worst. I haven't been watching a whole lot, man. We had the 2 weeks off. I am making a commitment right now, since we're not going to have an episode next week. I'm going to try to actually catch up on everything that we've been talking about, because I have been slacking. Been doing a lot of other stuff, obviously. But the stuff I did watch, me and Haley ran through Paranoia Agent over a couple of days, and yesterday we spent a lot of time just like watching an episode here or there of a bunch of shows to catch up on them. Watched a couple episodes of Izoken, watched a couple Richard Jewell, or I think we watched one episode of Jeweler Richard. The big ones that I would like to talk about, because this just goes to show how accessible some anime are and some are not. We watched an episode of Pet, which was like, we're like 4 episodes in at that one, and she hasn't seen any of it, so we put it on.
Now you're finally getting to the cool stuff.
Well, yeah, right at the end of this one is when they started. I think I watched 2 episodes. And right at the end was when they started getting to the water and air guy fighting, which is pretty neat. Sure, but like I was like, okay, this is interesting, and the whole time I like glance over at her, and she's just like.
Glazed over.
Like, it's confusing. It's because you don't know really what's happening. Sure. You get an idea for it, but it's like they just keep saying, you know, oh, I'm gonna crush her, or what if we get crushed, or what if this happens, or blah blah blah, and my key and my lock and my door.
Lot of terminology.
A lot of terminology. It doesn't make a lick of fucking sense if you haven't been watching it. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's difficult to parse if you haven't been there. Conversely, watched a couple episodes of Somalian Forest Spirit. Y'all need to know nothing about that one. It's just, here's the baby, here's the boy. They're going across the thing. They're trying to get there. Story. And we watched The Bird Person, and it was pretty sad. And we kept making jokes about how that dude was dying of a bird sickness and how he didn't have coronavirus. He had cloaca virus. I thought it was pretty funny.
Joke is in poor taste, sir.
It's pretty funny, though.
People have died, my man.
I mean, that'll happen.
It will.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, that's mostly what we've been doing. What else did we watch? I think we watched an episode of Hanako-kun.
I got the first manga in my store right now.
Did you really? Is it as beautiful as the show?
It's pretty sweet, yeah.
Is it all in color?
No.
See? I think
they don't color the mangas, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. That maybe they'll do like a super limited special edition.
There'll be color inserts in there, but
that's the thing is like that
manga is black and white.
Yeah, it's gotta be almost pretty much always. I caught up a little bit on. Welcome.
Oh, they had a talk about that. Honda, you remember in the episode of School Face Bookseller Honda where he's talking about the American books? Mm-hmm. They're heavier because they have color.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty cool.
That show's so fucking educational.
It's very good. It's a good show. What was the other thing? I watched a couple episodes of Welcome to Demon School of Rumakun. That show is still going. It is almost there to winding up. That show's just really cute. I can't remember the last time I was that wrong about a show going into it, because I looked at that and I was like, here's a kid and he's gone to demon school and he's a human, and oh, look at all these girls. It's going to be one of these shitty harem things and it was going to bum me out. No, it's just super cute. It's just super cute and super nice, and I really love that show. And yeah, it's very fun. It's very cute. And then like there's little moments, like particularly in this one, there's a whole thing where like, okay, so he's in a demon school, he's a human, no one knows he's a human. Some people maybe figure out he's a human, and are they gonna tell on him? There's this one girl who's like super tall, and she's like the head of the demon school council, of course she is. And she figures out pretty much immediately that he's human, but she's not telling anybody, even though her dad is the freaking head of demon border patrol or whatever. So like, she should just rat this kid out and get him the hell out of here, send him back to the human world. But she doesn't. You know why? Because she's a big fan of these forbidden texts. The forbidden text, what is that? It's a manga where it's one of those like, oh, the girl and she's in love with the guy, and are they ever gonna? She's got like 1,000 freaking volumes of it, and she's like, I really like the pictures in this book, but I can't read. And he's like, oh, I can read that. And now he just reads it to her. And that's how they become close. And she is slowly falling in love with this kid, and it's freaking adorable. And then this last episode, like, her dad shows up, and he's like, this kid's definitely a human, right? And she's like, oh no, he's a really good demon. It's like trying to convince him not to drag this kid away. The show's just cute. It's very cute. They had a whole thing with fireworks.
It sounds good, man.
It's a really cute show. If it weren't 24 episodes, if it wasn't up to like episode 20 or 22 right now, I would tell you please watch it. But it's like a lot to dig into, obviously. But it's super cute. I like it a lot. If you haven't been watching it, maybe check it out if you have the time. If you don't want to check it out, hey, that's cool. I like it a lot. It's super cute. It's probably, right now, I can tentatively say it would be on my top 5 for this year. I would consider it this year since it's wrapping up this year. It's just super cute. I like it a lot. It's fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, other than that, I haven't been watching a whole hell of a lot, so we'll go ahead and skip the rest of it. You got anything else to talk about, baby boy?
I don't think so, dude.
Name any news, no questions.
No, not that I know of.
Well, let's go ahead and shut it down, baby. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to tell us about what shows you've been watching, we'd really appreciate it. Leave us a comment. If you're on the YouTube page, Rapid Kick Media, by all means, just leave us a comment right there. While you're at it, go ahead and like and subscribe and click that bell so we can ding your dong. If you don't want to like and subscribe, hey, tell us why. Tell us how we can improve. It's all about making yourself better, and we're gonna get there together with your help. Our good buddies, we're your good buddies. If we're not your good buddies, why not? Let's be friends. Beyond that, if you're listening anywhere else, we do have the podcast version, of course. You may be listening to that. We are on Stitcher. We are on Podbean. We are on all the stuff. We are not on Spotify. I was actually talking to somebody and they're like, dude, it's super easy on Spotify. Just do the RSS or whatever. And I was like, I don't know, man. I'm not the tech boy, but whatever.
So yes, now I think it is easier. When we first started, it was not easier. It wasn't just drop your RSS feed in there.
So you think we might be getting on Spotify?
We could be, yeah.
Oh, hell.
I actually had Googled it and left the window up purposely so I didn't forget, and somehow it got closed. But
nice, dude.
Eventually, I'm going to try to remember and try and get us on there.
Well, right now, we're not on Spotify. You know what? Because they're not good enough for us. But maybe one day.
Maybe.
But yes, anywhere that you are listening to us, please give us 5 stars. Leave us a review. We're on Apple Podcast and all that good stuff. Please just... hit us up. Let us know what's up. Give us 5 stars. And if you don't want to give us 5 stars, tell us why. But also, maybe give us 5 stars. It'd be cool, right?
Yeah, super cool.
Be super cool. Beyond that, we do, of course, want to tell you about all the other places you can find us. We have the classic Gmail, thegoodbuddiesanimepod@gmail.com. We have the Twitter, TGB_animepod. We have the Facebook group, The Good Buddies Universe on Facebook. And, of course, the dead and zombified Tumblr, thegoodbuddies.tumblr.com. All of those have different names. I love you. You're going to make it. Beyond that, of course, we want to give a shout out to our good buddies, Married with Seamonsters, aka the Mary Janes, for the use of our opening theme song, Paperdoll. Now, they are on Spotify, but that track, as well as so many other hot fire tracks, is only available on marriedwithseamonsters.bandcamp.com. So check them out, download some tracks. You don't even have to pay for them. You just get them, but maybe you do pay for them because that'd be cool. Support the art that you care about. Yeah. Beyond that, they're just great, and we love them. marriedwithseamonsters.bandcamp.com. They're great.
Correct.
We also want to give another shout out to our good buddy Haas for the use of our almost had you. My dude leaned into the microphone about to do a pupatita, but he's too early. Another shout out to our good buddy Haas for use of our closing theme on the YouTube and review portion. Again, Thomas Tastes Better on Instagram. That's our good buddy Haas. And finally, a shout out to our good buddy, A Petty Theft. Yo. Oh my god. Yeah. Jesus Christ. That is how it's pronounced. 2 P's at the beginning, 2 T's at the end. Jesus Christ. You're gonna hurt somebody with that.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
2 P's at the beginning, 2 T's at the end. Petty Theft for the use of our closing theme on the Ramble and on the podcast. We're still calling that one Sweet Anime Dreams. Again, a shout out to our good buddy Petty Theft for the use of our closing theme. You can find Petty Theft on SoundCloud and on Twitter at Petty Theft. Thank you so much for listening. My boy is sleepy. We're gonna sign on off. We will let y'all know. We'll figure out what we're watching week after next, and we will get back to y'all. But until then, Roger, you want to take us out on?
Yeah, of course.
This will be fun. From all of us here at the Good Buddies universe, I am your good buddy Brandon.
I am your good buddy Roger. You're thinking too much.
Take a rest. 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 Take a rest.